welcome to the 61st edition of the Ardeca Ypres Rally, the 5th Division 1 round of the 2026 Kroon-Oil Belgian Rally Championship. It's the highlight of the season, 2 days of very fierce rallying. And this is Chris Meek, who has taken the wheel of a Porsche 992. And Chris Meek is very happy to do so.
Really happy to be back. It's a special atmosphere. Such a beautiful city, but also the rally, it's part of the culture here. Everyone comes out to appreciate it, and the sun's shining. A little bit too hot this year, but still. And I'm back in a Porsche 911, so it's or 992 now, the model. But wow, what an incredible car!
Gregoire Munster has started his Belgian rallying season a bit late, but he's still aiming for the Belgian rally title. He needs a good result here at the wheel of his Hyundai, and he has a good qualifying stage. We did a lot of testing on different stages, smooth asphalt, good asphalt, in cooler conditions, and then here at the 2 shakedowns in very hot weather. So I think we know what to expect here for this Ypres rally.
We weten wat te verwachten.
Hayden Paddon, the New Zealander, is back in Ypres. It's a rally he loves to drive, and he has Chris Delaney next to him, who celebrates his 20 years in rallying. And Hayden Paddon has a very high aim.
It's a target in every rally that I compete in. You always want to do well, so it's no different this year. But we know there's a lot of very fast drivers here, and these stages and the format of this rally is very much a sprint rally. You need to be flat out for all 21 stages, so we'll give it our best. Obviously Stefan will probably be the man to beat, but nevertheless we'll try and keep him honest.
The best of Belgian rally drivers are at the start as well, of course. One of them is Vincent Verschuren, former Belgian champion. And together with their co-driver Mathieu Vanquier, they set a bit of a surprise during the qualifying stage, setting the second fastest time. Everything went well. I already had a good time in the first run, which actually shocked me a bit because I didn't think I had driven that cleanly. And I knew there was still some time left in the qualifying run. And yes, second fastest time is pretty fantastic, isn't it? Stefan Lefebvre, former Belgian rally champion as well, not competing in the championship, so not scoring points this year, but together with Peter Choon in the Toyota Yaris, is aiming for his 3rd consecutive win in Ypres. We prepared very well this year. We had a good test session. We explored all the possible car setups and found something that suited us. I really feel comfortable with the car. Even when pushing hard, everything remains under control. So it was a good qualifying run. We put everything together, so I'm pretty happy. Fastest time in the qualifying run. No qualifying run for Jos Verstappen, for he made a mistake during the shakedown, crashed the car, and they had to rebuild a complete new car, so he has to start way in the 30s now. They did something incredible to build the car overnight. They were here at 12:30 or 1 o'clock. They were here to inspect the car, so it's incredibly what they achieved. It's better than what I did anyway.
Beter dan wat ik doe.
Then it's time for the actual rally. 2 loops of 4 stages on the opening day. There are some Rally 4 and Rally 6 cars at the start as well, of course. This is Frederic Perras, second in Rally 4 at the end of the first loop behind Lande Dane. In Rally 3, Benoit Verlinde is competing with his Clio and is leading the class after 4 stages. For some others, things went horribly wrong pretty quick, like for Chris Meek.
.500 meters into that stage, you just turn left into the real narrow section. Stefan Lefebvre says there's something on the road on the right side. I had no idea. So 500 meters into the stage 1. So on these Porsches, a bit tricky to change a wheel in any decent time. So yeah, it was unfortunate, but hey, that's the way.
6 minutes lost for Chris Meek. John Martic didn't have a good opening loop either. He's in 4th in GT. It was complicated. We did the first stage when I started to lose the intercom a little bit, and then we finished the loop without a radio, without pace notes, so which is already very complicated with this car, without pace notes. So I tried to minimize the damage. Leading the GT class is Cedric Charin. Here is the 24 car of Loïc Pirot in third, 56 seconds behind Charin, with Romain Delay in the 992 Rally GT in second, 19 seconds down on Charin. And here is Cedric Charin together with Jasper van Meulen leading the GT class. Good start for the rally for Charin. For Kroon-Oil didn't start as well with an exit on the Zwartenberg stage.
Start of
Zwartenberg, second corner. I think I misplaced a wheel just off the track in the gravel. Not at high speed, but enough to slide off the track with the nose right front in the ditch, and then it was over. There was not much damage, but it was impossible for us to get out, and the car was also too damaged to drive. What did we start on the Super Rally in the second day? Grégoire Munster makes a big mistake as well, and it's the end of the rally for him, and probably the end of his championship. My fault, brake too late, about 10 meters, and we had to turn into a very narrow section. I didn't have much room to get into that intersection, and so we went on two wheels, and then there was there's traffic sign there. We hit it with the front right, and that broke our steering rod.
De voorkant rechts en dat heeft een stuurtank kapot gemaakt.
Munster would restart as well, trying to score some points in the power stage at the end of the rally. This is the 17 Lancia of Christophe Merlevede in 9th overall. Thomas Martens with the Hyundai in 8th, together with co-driver Mark Heitsegems. In front of Martens is the Toyota Yaris of Bjorn Six and Arie van der Bijs. 7th after the first loop, 34 seconds behind the leader. Vincent Verschuren had a bit more trouble on the opening loop than during the qualifying stage and had to be content with 6th.
Het is enorm warm, de baantemperatuur is
extremely hot, the track temperature is very high and it's very difficult to find grip. We don't have the same grip here as during the qualifying stage, so we are going to see if we can do something about it to increase the pace. Just in front of Verschuren is the Ypres specialist Bernd Kazier, together with Peter Vinke in the Skoda Fabia Rally 2.
Er wordt heel hard gereden.
It's going very fast. I'm pretty happy that I'm back with the top drivers, that we are trying to take as few risks as possible. But you can't lose too much time, because otherwise you lose too many seconds, so I'm pretty happy for now. This is Lander de Potter and Thibaut van der Putten. They do not have much experience with a Rally 2 car, but they are in 4th. The leader in the Belgian Championship, Maxime Potti, shedding a rear light cluster here, but that's not enough to slow down the Fabia Res Rally. And he's in 3rd overall and 1st of the points driving scorers. That's more important for his championship standings. Hayden Paddon fighting for the lead as he had promised. He's in 2nd after 4 stages, 1.2 seconds down.
I think both Stefan and I don't want to be first on the road tomorrow, so we're trying to manage it and try and learn from last year as well, so let's see.
And Stefan Lefebvre with Peter Choon leading the rally after 4 stages, but as you heard from Hayden Paddon, this opening day really is about tactics for getting the good starting position on Saturday. And not losing too much time there. Only 1.2 seconds between Lefebvre and Paddon. And then it's Potti, De Potter and Kazier completing the top 5. To the 2nd loop then, with the junior drivers, the RACB talents driving, with Emilien Lau leading that one. Lander Dane leading in Rally 4. Cedric Charin here spilling oil on the road. That's the end of his rally, but it would be the end of another rally as well. In GT category, the lead is in the hands of Romain Delay now. But that all spilled by Chorin would mean the end of the rally of Landa the Potter as well. Going off at high speed.
The Porsche voor ons van Mico van
Porsche in front of us are driven by Mico Chorin. Is losing oil in the left 10. A corner that's easy to take a full throttle on a Rally 2 car. So we shoved up to 5th, maybe at 120, 130. And I turn in and the car does nothing. It just goes straight and it was just a matter of waiting for the impact. And I think we take 2 trees along with us along the way. And come to stop on our roof about 80 meters further on. The end of the rally, it's good to see Landa was not injured. Jos Verstappen coming from way down. Trying to get to the front. And is in 8th after the 8 stages of the opening day. Behind Martin 6, Kassier en Verschuren.
Voorlopig wel wat tijd verloren in de eerste.
Now, yes, we lost some time. In the first loop, it was very slippery, and it was a bit too hard in the car. I couldn't find any grip. The asphalt temperature was over 50 degrees, so I changed something for the second loop, and that was better. It's another long day tomorrow, and we are all close together, so a lot can still happen.
Kan nog veel gebeuren.
Verschuren is 32 seconds behind the leader. Maxime Petit still in third, 18 seconds down. And then there's a fight between the top drivers. Stefan Lefebvre loses some time on purpose on the final stage and ends the day in second, with Hayden Paddon having the task of opening on the second day.
Was it really the plan to open the road tomorrow?
Oh, not really, but we were taking it like a little easy, but obviously Stefan took it a little bit easier. But in saying that, we know the classic cars are ahead of us tomorrow on the road, so they'll sweep the dust off. So in the end, I don't think it'll make such a big difference. So it's going to be a fun fight tomorrow.
So here are the standings at the end of the first day. 1.3 seconds between Paddon and Lefebvre, with Maxime Petit in third. Verschuren, Kassier 6 and Martins are fighting for fourth. Back to the Ardeca Ypres Rally, and the start of the second day happens under a heavy thunderstorm. And Hayden Paddon is the first to start the Watu stage, and this is what happens.
40, hook max 5 left. Come on, corner.
Paddon slides off and loses a lot of time.
A lot of unexpected understeer on the first corner, and we went wide into the ditch, and that was the end of it after that for us. So and then of course here the weather and the tyre choice, and we got the tyre choice quite wrong. But anyway, sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad. Yesterday was a good day, today's a bad day. So yeah.
Stefan Lefebvre had put on rain tyres, but then switched to slicks just before the start, and had some pretty hectic moments.
Après 500 mètres, on a pris un orage, mais
After 500 meters, we got hit by a thunderstorm, but I've very rarely seen there was aquaplaning everywhere. We had just changed tyres, so it was pretty close. Maxime Petit isn't taking many risks, and he keeps the second position overall now, with Paddon losing that much time. Paddon dropping to 8th overall. A look at the conditions. We didn't want to take too many risks, but we still had to a bit. We were really caught between two chairs, and it was difficult. But overall, it went well. Now in third after this very difficult first loop of the Saturday, Vincent Verschuren. Only 12 seconds behind Petit.
Gelukkig begon het dan een beetje op te drogen.
Fortunately, it started to dry out, and the tyre choice was good for the last 2 stages. So we're all so close together. I think the rally is going to start all over again now.
Nog een keer gaan beginnen nu.
Just 8 seconds behind Verschuren is Ben Kassier. It is Skoda Fabia Rally 2.
Deze morgen
we made a good choice this morning on rain tyres, and we were doing well, but unfortunately we went off. Luckily, it was only a puncture because I really thought it was all over. It was not really fast, just aquaplaning on the slippery asphalt. And then the next few stages, we were gaining a bit of confidence, drove well. But now it's getting difficult. It's a combination of slick and rain tires on the car, then the other cars had the advantage again. So it's a bit changing all the time now. Verstappen has climbed to 5th and could score important points for the championship.
We hebben nog een paar.
Still have 7 stages to go, I think, so anything is definitely possible. The car really does feel better. I feel a lot better than yesterday as well. So yeah, we're going to step up a notch for the second loop, and then we'll see.
Dan gaan we het zien.
And a great surprise in the U8 stage with the fastest time. First one for Björn 6.
Het is leuk dat ik lukt na enkele jaren.
It's nice I managed to put it off here after a couple of years on the previous stage. I thought I just missed it because straight on the last hairpin, and I knew I lost a scratch there. I didn't tell Harry much, but in my head I was already thinking for the next stage that would be mine. You can think that, but usually that is just missing out. But it worked out for once, really nice. Behind Björn 6 is Davy Van Este. It is the Citroen C3 Rally 2 in 7th. Patterson 8 and Thomas Martins drops down to 9th. In the junior standings, there's only 3.5 seconds between Emilien Lahr and Nolan Lejeune. Lejeune, who's made up almost all of his time lost on the opening day. In Rally 4, it's still Lander Dana leading.
Een paar keer warm gehad, een paar keer rondgaan.
I had a few hot spells, spun a few times on the Dickerbus and Zillebeke stages, and then I slid through the straw, so we're not there yet.
We zijn er nog lang niet.
Good fight among the Porsches as well. It's Romain Delay retiring, and it's a battle between Pirot and Wartik, with Chris Meek doing some spectacular stages as well. With the time lost on the opening day, he's not playing really for a podium finish. John Wartik is in 2nd, 18.7 seconds behind Loïc Pirot. We did some damage limitation. Now we got through the stage without losing too much. I gained a few seconds on John, but we didn't lose too much. And in the second stage, we did the same thing. We had to go out, and here in the last 2 stages, we attacked properly and we overtook John. Stefan Lefevre now leading with 1 minute 12 in hand over Maxime Portier. Vincent Verschuren in 3rd. Kazier and Verstappen complete the top 5. Next loop of 5 stages is the final one for Jos Verstappen, who goes off and he can't rejoin the road. It's a rally to forget for the reigning Belgian champion. Grégoire Munster coming back after super rallying. Loses time again, but still continues to try and score points in the closing power stage. In the Master Cup after the retirement of Jos Verstappen, it's Richard Pex leading with 1.5 minutes in hand over Glenn Janssens and 3 minutes on Dominic Brunel. Richard Pex is just outside the top 20 overall. Hayden Paddon climbs to 6th in the second Saturday loop. Björn 6 is now in 5th. And then there's the battle for the final podium position. There's 15 seconds between Bernd Kazier and Vincent Verschuren. We did our best here in the 5 stages we did, and we are driving in the same time in the same second. So even a Razor's Edge consistency will work, and don't wish him any bad luck either, but we're going to keep pushing. Small mistake is easily made in Ypres. We saw that this morning on the first stage, and that's where for the moment we've lost the podium finish. Vincent Verschuren in 3rd, 1 minute 16 behind the leader, but 15.9 seconds ahead of Kazier. That would mean a podium finish, but he still has to complete the final 3 stages, of course. Most important thing is to stay focused, don't make any mistakes, because it happens in an instant. I already had a tense moment just now, which I just managed to save. It was really like concentration gone a fraction of a second. Ypres is known for the final stages being the most dangerous, right? Maxime Pottier is heading for full points in the Belgian Rally Championship. That would be a great thing.
Dans l'ensemble, ça se passe
Road's going well. We still need to finish the last 3 stages, of course, so we managed to break away from Vincent and Kanzier behind us. That's a positive point. But one small off or one small mistake and they're quickly back, so we'll have to maintain the same pace and not make any mistakes. Stéphane Lefebvre is leading comfortably. There are some small gremlins in the Toyota Yaris.
Les mécanos ont un peu de travail sur
The mechanics have a bit of work to do on the car. We had some minor gearbox cutout issues in the last stage. So right up until the end, Ypres is never really over. We'll have to do a thorough checkup on the car before we can drive. In the Belgian junior standings, Emilien Allard makes a big mistake here, and he wasn't the only one, as you can see. But that's the end of his rally. So Nolan Lejeune takes the lead in the junior standings. Landerdane still leading in Rally 4 with a 35-second buffer. In the GT category, John Watik has retaken the lead just with 1.9 seconds with 3 stages to go. These are the standings after 18 stages. Stéphane Lefebvre heading for a 3rd consecutive win. Then it's Pottier, Verschuren, Kazier and 6. Final 3 stages then. This is Stefan Stoof who takes the win in the historic part of the Ypres Rally, only with 2.5 seconds on Brunel. Landerdane takes the win in Rally 4. And John Watik extends his lead in the final loop of 3 stages to over 20 seconds to take the win in the GT category. Richard Pex takes the win in the Master Cup. Was almost certain of the Belgian rally title there. Gregor Munster scores a point in the closing power stage, but that will not be enough probably to defend his title chances. Hayden Patton climbs to 6th in the end.
I think we probably had the speed this year to try and challenge Stefan. I think, okay, unfortunate about this morning, but I think we could have had a really good fight with Stefan and it could have been an exciting day, but never mind. We've just gone out and enjoyed it today and loved coming back. Still got unfinished business, so hey, maybe we'll try again next year.
And Hayden Patton and Chris Alain are also winners of the AC-Tronics Driver of the Day award, chosen by the fans on social media. 5th place for Bjorn 6 and Arie van Roubaix. Bernd Kazier gave it his all in the final 3 stages, but he was 6 seconds short to get on the podium. That 3rd place on the podium was for Vincent Verschuren and Mathieu Vanquier. Great rally. Started well with the 2nd time in the qualifying stage, and then a steady run through the 21 stages. Maxime Pottier scores 4 points and has an immense lead in the Kroon-Oil Belgian Rally Championship standings now. But it's a 3rd consecutive win for Stéphane Lefebvre in Ypres, with Peter Choon as his co-driver. Choon, who has won here as a driver, as a co-driver, and now as a team owner as well. And a great win for Stéphane Lefebvre and Peter Choon. And a well-deserved celebration. It was a weekend with an extremely high level of competition. We had to attack this morning and we managed to make the difference in the rain on slick tyres. So I'm pretty happy. It was very tough. Really very happy to secure 3 consecutive wins here. These are the final standings of the Ardeca Ypres Rally. Stéphane Lefebvre wins it from Maxime Pottier, Vincent Verschuren, Bernd Kazier and Bjorn 6. And in the standings of the Kroon-Oil BRC, Maxime Pottier now has almost double the points of the man in 2nd, and that's still Bastien Rouard, with Cédric Charin, Jos Verstappen and Thomas Martens completing the top 5. Time for a summer break now in the Kroon-Oil BRC. See you in a couple of weeks.